Good morning, Hazel.
Good morning.
How
How
you
are you?
doing? I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm fine.
Good.
Morning,
Good morning.
Good
everybody.
How you
morning.
doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you?
Very good.
Good, 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 good,
Thank you.
good. So we also have Carla. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine. And you?
Good, good, good. And I guess there are more people joining, but I don't know what happened. Well, the only one who asked for permission was Isaac. Then he said that he wouldn't be in class. But the rest of guys, I don't know. Good morning, Hector.
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How's it going?
Everything's fine.
Good.
Just starting the day.
Good, 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 good. So as you know, today we are going to have, let's say, like the last part of the unit, because tomorrow you have the quiz or the test. So that means that you have to be ready. I don't know if you downloaded the application. Do you?
Regular verbs?
Yes?
Yes.
Good. Good, good. Hasael, do you download the application?
Eh, ¿Me podría repetir?
Do you download the application?
Yes.
Okay. Carla, do you download the application?
Yes, teacher.
Good. Walter, do you download the application? Good morning.
What application, teacher? Sorry.
Oh, so that's a no. Well, the application that I sent to the group that is called irregular verbs.
In this moment, I did.
Okay, so you have to download that application. It is irregular verbs. Jaime, do you download it?
Not yet, teacher.
Uh-huh. Because that was for yesterday, but Osvaldo, did you download it?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Yes, because it is a past. Good. Let's see, Rodrigo, good morning. Did you download the application, Rodrigo?
Good morning. No, I didn't.
Okay. Carla, did you download the application?
Can you repeat, please?
Did you download the invitation? The application?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So Carla and, let me see, Carla and Hector downloading the application.
In
I don't know,
Osvaldo.
and Osvaldo. I don't know why Luis can't enter. I'm giving, well, it's saying like accept and deny, and I'm accepting him. But when I accept, nothing happens.
Maybe his computer is failed.
So I will tell him to enter again. Because Michele is connecting right now, but Luis can't. Tell me. Okay, so you need to download that application because, as I told you yesterday, that is like the way that you're going to know the pronunciation. That's a way that you're going to know the pronunciation. So for today, we are going to have that part that is related to regular and irregular verbs. And as you know, it is just the last part of this unit because tomorrow you have the final evaluation related to units number 1 and unit number 2. So those 2 units are going to be evaluated in the exam that you have tomorrow. And it has to be written. So you're going to have like listening, reading, and grammar. So those are the things that you're going to have. And you need to be ready by tomorrow. And also you have to be on time because it is like with a specific time that you have to finish that evaluation. So we are going to start with the attendance right now. I'm going to show you on the screen. You say present when you hear your name. First person, Isaac Aguillon. Well, he can be here today because he had an emergency. Hazael Alfaro,
Present.
Rodrigo Alfaro,
Present.
Carlos Asensio, Rodrigo, were you in class yesterday?
No, I didn't. I had a thing in the morning.
Okay. René Gutierrez, not here. Natalie is not here. Jordi is not here. Elizabeth is not here. Osvaldo,
Present, teacher.
okay. So Luz Enriquez is not here. Luis Liotin is not here. So all these guys are not here right now. Maybe later. Jose isn't here. Leti Orellana is not here. Jocelyn is not here. Raúl is not here. Jaime
Present.
Rivas,
Present.
good. Carla Rodriguez,
Present.
good. Héctor Ruiz,
Present.
Walter Sánchez,
Present.
Michelle Valiente,
Present.
good. Candy Villacorta, oh, she's not here. Brian Villalta, Brian, no. Okay, so this is just the beginning. Probably they are going to be in some minutes. The only one that I know that has problem is Luis because I'm telling him to enter and he can't. Okay, so just to finish this unit, because tomorrow you have the test, we are going to see what irregular verbs and regular verbs are. We started with regular verbs and we check the pronunciation, we check the structure, the way that you have to write it, but we were saying that it is important to know the pronunciation because you may feel people get confused if you don't pronounce the ed correctly. So we were saying that we have three different sounds. The first one is T, the second one is D, and the last one is id. And we were also saying that there are some sounds in American pronunciation, like when you say the letter D between vowels, or when you have N and T, so that you can say wanted, or for example, decided, or invited, and all those things. So that was yesterday, and for today we have irregular verbs. So when we say irregular verbs, we are talking about all those verbs that are not with ed. So it's not that they change completely. Not only that, it is also that they don't have ed. So if they don't have ed, that is irregular. Yes, that's a way that you're going to identify an irregular verb, that you don't have ed. Yes. Now I'm going to show you something on the screen. All right. So yesterday we completed this part that was about asking questions, saying things like, "Did you attend the seminar?" Yes, I did, or no, I didn't the day before yesterday, and we checked pronunciation.
Buen día.
So, good morning, Luis. Well, I guess it was Luis.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
morning.
So I guess you had problem with the connection, I guess.
Yes, yes. I don't know what happened.
Okay, but now you're here. Good. So we were saying in one of the conversations, if you remember, that you were saying like how to move from one small talk to smart talk. And we were saying that the difference when you say small talk and smart talk is that a small talk is a little conversation that you can have with any kind of people. Like when you travel by bus and the person next to you starts talking, that is small talk. When you see one of your friends at the mall, that is small talk. When you, I don't know, when you go to the bank and you find a person over there, or you start talking to the cashier or to the bank teller, sorry, you know that that is a small talk. So what is smart talk? Smart talk is when you're talking about something related to business, something related to um, networking, that you know that you need to connect with that person in order to start a business. That probably you can become friends, but also that person can buy your products, can make use of your service, and also you can ask for her service too. So here you have some examples. These are some topics for small talk. Yes, small talk. Remember that a small talk is when you don't know someone but you start talking, or when you know someone but it's just the introduction of the conversation. So you have to tell me which are three topics that are not so good for small talk, that they are considered like inappropriate. And then we are going to check why you're saying that they are not appropriate. For example, Hector, you're going to read number one, number two. Letty, you're going to read number three, number four. Rodrigo, number five, and number six. And Jaime, number seven and eight.
Okay. Location. Is your company near the trade center?
Good.
Company. Company. What are some of your responsibilities at Rex Inc.? Politics. These politicians are a disaster. What do you think?
Good.
Common
What?
event. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Common event. Are you enjoying the seminar? Travel. Does your job require a lot of travel?
Good.
Money. Are you making good money in your job? Bosses. I work for a tyrant. What about you?
Well, and for Jaime will be only one because Hector read
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Likes. Do you enjoy outdoors activities?
Good, 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 good. Okay, now analyze the topics and the questions and choose three small talks that are not appropriate. So, three of those topics are not good topics to start a conversation. So, decide which topics, write the topics that you consider that are not appropriate. I will give you 2 minutes and then you tell me why they are not appropriate. All right, let's see the answers. Walter.
Okay, the first location. Is your company near the trade center? Is a small talk.
No, but you have to choose three topics that are not good.
Not good.
Yes, or that they are not appropriate.
For these topics or topics we invented or new sentences?
Let's say for this list that you have over here,
For this list. Okay.
if you consider that there are no three, you think that
Okay.
there are only two, you can say, I think that there are only two, or I think that there is only one.
I think that is politics is inappropriate. Money
Good.
and
Company.
buses.
Exactly. But probably Basel, we can say, yeah, in some way. But when we talk about politics, yes, you know that if someone is from the left and the other one is from the right, you will have problems. You're not going to make a business with that person. You're not going to expand your network. What you're going to
Religion.
do, what you're going to do is to reduce. And the other one about money, another thing. You cannot ask that person about money because you know that people can get offended and they are going to say, why is he asking me about money? Maybe he wants to steal my money. So it's not like a good idea. And maybe as you were saying for your bosses, probably in the situation that you don't need to reveal like that kind of information, because if you are saying bad things about your boss, maybe it's not a good idea because that person can know your boss. Yes. And the other one probably is, as you were saying, some of you that is not in the list, but it's a good option too, is to talk about religion, because you know that there are some differences in religion, so people might get angry if they say that you believe in another God or that you believe in the Virgin. So they are going to start fighting, and at the end, they are not going to have a business. So that's basically the kind of topics that you don't have to talk about. Don't talk about religion, don't talk about money, don't, well, money about the benefits that you receive. Don't talk about politics, and don't talk about bosses if you're going to talk about your boss in a bad way. Yes, because you know that that person can know your boss, and then you're going to be fired. So just try to control those conversations that you're having. So when we have this kind of conversations, we can use the present to start that conversation. So for example, let's say that we are going to talk about your company. So I can ask you, where do you work? And then you start telling me, oh, I work at Tigo. Interesting. Does Tigo have many branches in El Salvador? Oh, yes, it does. It has 7 branches in San Salvador. It has 2 branches in Santa Ana, 1 branch, and then you start describing. Yes? So that is in the present. That is in the present. Probably next question is going to be in the present too. For example, do you attend seminars very often? Oh, yes, I do. And then the person is going to ask you, when was the last time that you had a seminar or that you attended a seminar? And then you say, oh, I attended a seminar last year. And how was that seminar? And then you say, oh, it was good. And then you start that conversation. Now, if you checked in my conversation, I use the present at the beginning and then I use the past. So In one of my questions, I asked you, did you attend, when was the last seminar that you attended? Or when did you attend the last seminar? So I'm using was and were. That this is a topic that we are going to check later, but I'm going to tell you right now so that you can understand it. So as you know, the verb be is irregular. In the present, you say am, is, and are. And in the past, you will say was and were. Yes? So you say was for he, for she, for it, but also for I. So you're going to use for four subjects. For I, for he, for she, and for it, you have to say was. And were is going to be for we, for you, and for they. So we, you, they, you say were. I, he, she, it, you say was. So that is the verb be. In the present, you say, I am in my house right now. I am in my house. And yesterday, I was in my house. Yes? In the present, Carla is in her house. In the past, Carla was in her house yesterday. In the present, Raúl is in his house. In the past, Raúl was in his house yesterday. In the present, um, my dog is in my house. And in the past, my dog was in my house yesterday. Yes? So you use was for I, for he, for she, and for it. Now, for we, you, and they, you're going to use were. For example, Luz and Luis were in their houses yesterday. Luis and Luz were in their houses yesterday. You were in your house yesterday. We were in our houses yesterday. Yes? And this is the way that you use the verb be. Now, something that you need to know is that with the verb be, you're not going to use auxiliary. So you're not going to say I didn't was. You use didn't for all the verbs, but not with the verb be. Yes, you can say I didn't go, I didn't study, I didn't play, I didn't buy, I didn't watch, I didn't read. You can use them with all the verbs, but not with the verb be. With the verb be, you're going to use only the verb be and that's it. So how are you going to do it? Easy. You have to say was not, or the contraction in an easy
Wasn't.
way, wasn't. Exactly. So you say was not or wasn't. So you're going to say, I wasn't in my house yesterday. So you cannot say, I didn't was. I didn't was is impossible. You need to say, I wasn't in my house yesterday. Yes, I wasn't in my house yesterday. No estuve en mi casa o no estaba en mi casa. I wasn't in my house yesterday. Yes? Now, if you want to say were, the same situation. For example, if you want to say, ellos no estuvieron en la reunión. So you will say, they were not, or the contraction, they weren't in the meeting yesterday. And that's a way that you're going to make it negative. So I wasn't in my house yesterday and they weren't in the meeting yesterday. And this is the way that you use the verb be. You don't use auxiliaries. Yes, you don't use auxiliaries. For questions, you don't use auxiliaries either. What you're going to do is to use only the verb be. How are you going to do it? For example, was Louis in his house yesterday? And then you say, yes, he was. Or no, he wasn't. Yes, he was. Or no, he wasn't. Yes? Now, if I ask you, Hazael, were you in your house yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Perfect. So, were you in your house yesterday? And Hazael said, yes, I was. Hazael said, I was because the subject is different. I say were because I was saying you. Yes? Some people make the mistake and they say, yes, I were. But it's not yes, I were. I'm saying were in the question because I'm saying you. But in the answer, you say I. So you have to say I was. Were you in your house yesterday? Yes, I was. Yes? So this is a way that you create questions with the verb be, sentences in positive way with the verb be, and negative sentences with the verb be. Any questions about it, guys?
No question.
All right. Now, second one, that you cannot use auxiliaries with this. That is with can. With can, you will never use auxiliaries in the present. You will never use auxiliaries in the past. You will never use auxiliaries in the future. So how can you use can in the past? Easy. You go
Could.
to the list of verbs that are irregular, and as Jaime said, can in the past is could. So you're going to use could in the sentences, and you're going to say, I could download the application. So you can tell your classmate, oops, I typed Y and it was T, sorry, it's THE. So I could download the app. It means that you could download the application. You didn't have any problems. Yes, I could, yo pude, I could download the application. Now, something that you need to pay attention to is that after could, you always need a verb, and that verb is going to be in the base form. So you will never say, I could went. I could went. You say, I could go. Or I could bought. I could buy. Yes? And if you want to say it negative, you're going to say could not or the contraction couldn't. So you will say could not or the contraction couldn't, and that is the negative form. So you will tell me, sorry teacher, I couldn't download the application. I couldn't download the application. Yes, I couldn't. I couldn't download the application. So in that case, you're saying no pude. I couldn't download the application. Yes? And as you can see, same story. You use could or couldn't, and then the verb is in the base form. You don't have to write it in the past. Yes? So I couldn't go. I couldn't play. I couldn't study. You will never say I couldn't went. I couldn't went. I couldn't go. So how do you create a question? Same story. You're not going to use did. You're going to use could. So I can ask Raul, Raul, could you download the application?
Yes, I could download the
Exactly.
application.
Exactly. So in the answer, you will say, yes, I could. Could. You don't pronounce the L. You don't say could. You only say could. Could. So yes, I could. In negative, let's see someone who Hector, could you download the application?
Yes, I could.
Oh. At the beginning I asked and you told me that you didn't download it.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes, I answered. Yes.
Okay. Oh, it was Rodrigo, I guess. Rodrigo, could you download the application?
No, I couldn't.
Exactly. So no, I couldn't. Yes? Let's see another person. Michelle, could you speak English when you were a little girl?
No, I couldn't.
Good. Walter, could you use the computer last year?
Yes, I could.
Good. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Natalie, could you interact with people when you were a teenager?
Yes, I could.
Good. Yes, I could. Next one. Luz, could you use the simple past before you started this level?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, good. Luis, could you pronounce the ED correctly before?
No, I couldn't.
Exactly, no, I couldn't. So, as you can see, that is the past.
Tengo una pregunta.
That,
I have a question.
okay.
Podría, ¿cómo es?
That is what I was going to say. Eso era lo que le iba a decir ahorita. Okay, so when you say could, you are making reference to the past. So you're saying pude, yo pude. But remember that this is because we are studying the past. We are studying the past. But you can also use could for another situation that is not the past. Yes? You can also use could when you talk about possibilities. Yes? And when you talk about possibilities, could has another meaning. Yes? For example, when you want to ask for a favor, you say, could you open the door, please? Could you open the door? In that case, you're not going to translate it, pudiste abrir la puerta. In that case, it is a favor. En ese caso es un favor, ¿verdad? Entonces, could you open the door? Sería como, ¿podrías abrir la puerta? Es un favor. Entonces, allí el contexto le va a guiar si es un favor o si es una posibilidad o si está hablando sobre el pasado. Ahora, ¿cómo van a saber? Si el contexto era ayer, es el pasado. Si no están hablando de nada sobre el pasado y la persona está con usted en el momento y le dice, hey, could you open the door? Se sabe que es en el momento si podrías hacer eso como un favor. ¿Sí? Entonces, así se van a guiar si es podrías hacer algo o pudiste hacer algo. Si están en un contexto del pasado, si están hablando del pasado y escuchan could, están hablando del pasado y significa pudiste. Si no están hablando del pasado y están en el presente, están en el momento y usted escucha que la otra persona le está pidiendo un favor, entonces ese could no se traduce como pudiste, sino como podrías. ¿Yes?
Es
O
como en el contexto, ¿verdad? O sea, hay que tomar en cuenta el contexto.
exacto, el contexto. Si el contexto está en el pasado, es el pasado. Si el contexto es el presente o la persona le está pidiendo favores o la persona le está pidiendo un consejo, ¿qué crees que podría hacer? Porque fíjate que no me puedo memorizar los verbos. Entonces, en ese caso, usted le va a decir, oh,
Tomar vitaminas.
you could take some vitamins. That is an option. You could take some vitamins. And in that case, you could take some vitamins is not an action in the past. Yes, it is an action in the present. So you are just giving suggestions. Podrías hacer esto. Podrías tomar ciertas vitaminas. Entonces, en ese caso no están hablando del pasado, están hablando del presente. ¿Cómo supe? El contexto. Fíjate que no me puedo memorizar los verbos. Ah, podrías tomar vitaminas. Entonces eso está en un contexto del presente. Nunca hablamos del pasado ahí. Pero si yo le digo a Michelle, Michelle, yo cuando era niño, yo podía nadar súper bien. ¿Y usted podía nadar cuando era una niña? Entonces allí, ¿cuál es el contexto? El pasado. Entonces allí ese could se está utilizando en el pasado. ¿Sí?
Y si decimos can you open the door o could you open the door, ¿cuál es the difference? Uno es más una orden.
No. When you say, can you open the door, is informal. And when you say, could you open the door,
Okay.
is more formal. That is a difference. Can is with your friend. Hey, can you open the door? Your friend. Someone that is not your friend, could you open the door? Yes.
Teacher, pero ambas estarían bien, las frases.
Yes, but the situation is different. Tienen que poner atención en la situación, porque si usted dice Ken, es su amigo. Y si usted dice could, es más formal. Entonces, si usted dice, por ejemplo, que está viajando en un avión y no conoce a alguien y está a la par suya, y a lo mejor la persona se está moviendo y le está estorbando a usted o le está poniendo algo, no sé, no sé, un cobertor o algo y se lo está poniendo a usted, entonces le podría decir, "Oh, disculpe, ¿podría moverse, por favor?" Entonces allí va a ocupar could porque usted no conoce a esa persona. O su jefe. Si es su jefe, usted le va a decir, ¿me puede repetir, por favor? Entonces si le dice, Ken es como si fuera más su amigo, ¿verdad? Entonces Ken es más como de confianza. El could es un poquito más formal, ¿sí?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is the way that you use the verb be in the past and the way that you use can in the past. Yes? They don't use auxiliaries. Never. So you will never say, did you can? Did you can download the application? You only say, could. Could you download the application? And the answer, yes, I could, or no, I couldn't. You don't have to say, yes, I did. Why not? Because the question is not with did. The question is with could. Could you download the application? Yes, I could. No, I couldn't. And if I ask you, were you in class yesterday? Were you in class yesterday? The answer, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. You can never say, yes, I did. Why not? Because my question is not with did, because I'm using the verb be. So in other words, with the verb be, you don't use did. With can, that in the past is could, you don't use did. Those are the only two verbs that you're going to have in the past, but you don't use auxiliaries. You don't use auxiliaries because they work like superheroes. They don't need auxiliaries. They can do it on their own. Yes? So those are the only two verbs. Then for the rest of verbs, you need auxiliaries. No matter if they are regular or irregular verbs, you always need auxiliaries. If it is regular, did you play basketball yesterday? Play is a regular verb. You use did. Did you play basketball yesterday? Now, an example with irregular verbs. Did you go to the beach yesterday? So that is irregular. And you can also know that that is irregular. Yes. Someone says something? No. Candy, I guess, has the microphone on.
Sorry.
No problem. I thought that you were talking to me. Okay, so those are going to be examples. The first one with regular verb, did you, and then you use the regular verb, did you play, regular verb. The second one, did you go to the beach? Go is irregular. but you always use did. So did is going to be with all the verbs, except with the verb be and can. With the verb be in the past, was and were. Was and were. In the present, you say, I am. I am a doctor. And in the past, I was a doctor. In the present, Michelle is a teacher. In the past, Michelle was a teacher. In the present, Walter is quiet. Walter is quiet. In the past, Walter was quiet. Now, he's not quiet, but in the past, he was quiet. Yes? So this is the way that you use the verb be. With the verb be, you don't use auxiliaries. And the other one that we were saying is can. That with can, you cannot use auxiliaries. You will never say, did you can? You always say, could you, could you. Now, how do you express your ideas when you have two verbs in the same sentence? Well, easy. For example, if you want to say, um, yo, yo fui a comprar. So many people make the mistake and they say, I went to bought, or I went bought, or I went ate. I went ate. Fui a comer. I went ate. You will say, I went to eat. I went to buy. Yes, I went to eat, I went to buy. Fui a comer, fui a comprar. So you're going to use to and the verb in the base form. Recuérdense que después de go, si tienen una acción, I go to buy, I go in the present, I go to study, I go to the beach, I go to, siempre tienen to. Entonces después de to va el verbo normal. Entonces, I went to eat, fui a comer. I went to buy, fui a comprar. Now, if you want to say wanted, quería comer. Same story. I wanted to eat. I wanted to eat. Quería comer. No van a decir I wanted ate or I wanted to eat. I wanted to eat. Only the first verb is in the past. Then, another example, I wanted to go. I wanted to go. Quería ir. I wanted to go. You're not going to say, I wanted to went or I wanted went. I wanted bought. You would never use it like that. You have the first verb in the past and the second one is in the base form or infinitive or gerund, because you can also have gerund. For example, let's see if you remember, because this is coming on the quiz that you have tomorrow. Rene, can you tell me one verb that is followed by gerunds?
What it follow?
By gerunds?
And ing.
Yes, ing is the gerund, but tell me a verb that after that verb you always need a gerund.
I don't remember right now, but
Okay. Okay, let's ask Elizabeth. Elizabeth, can you tell us a verb that is followed by gerunds?
Enjoy.
Perfect. So after enjoy, you always use a gerund. So you will say, in the past, I enjoyed. What did you enjoy yesterday? Oh, I enjoyed watching TV. Yes. So I enjoyed watching TV. Disfruté ver televisión. I enjoyed watching TV. So if you check over here, if the verb is followed by infinitive, you always use infinitive in the present, in the past, in the future. That verb is always followed by infinitive. In Spanish, si ustedes tienen un verbo y ese verbo es seguido de infinitivos, ese verbo va a ser seguido de infinitivos en cualquier tiempo. ¿Sí? En cualquier tiempo. Si yo les digo en el presente, yo quiero comer, yo les digo, I want to eat. No les puedo decir, I want eat. Entonces, ¿por qué? Porque después de want se utiliza el infinitivo. So, I want to eat. Quiero comer. In the past, I wanted to eat. Quería comer. I wanted to eat. So, you don't have to say, I wanted ate. I wanted to eat. I wanted to eat. Only the first verb is in the past. Now, the second one, enjoy. Ya saben que después de enjoy, porque bueno, vimos los verbos que son seguidos de infinitivo, los verbos que son seguidos de gerundios, y enjoy estaba en esa lista de verbos que después de ese verbo, si usted quiere decir otra acción, usted tiene que ponerle el verbo en gerundio, y gerundio era ponerle el ing. Entonces, si usted quiere decir, yo disfruto bailar, entonces usted va a decir, I enjoy dancing. Yo disfruto nadar en la piscina. I enjoy swimming in a pool. Yo disfruto ver Netflix. I enjoy watching Netflix. Entonces, siempre va a ir ese ing si tiene una acción después del verbo enjoy. Ahora, si está en el pasado, ¿qué va a hacer? Pues el verbo es enjoy, entonces solamente enjoy va a estar en el pasado. I enjoyed watching Netflix yesterday. I enjoyed watching the new series yesterday. Entonces usted va a elegir el verbo, pero tiene que poner atención porque si pone otro verbo, usted tiene que recordarse si ese verbo tiene que ir con infinitivo o con gerundio, porque si no lo pone con el verbo, la forma del verbo que tiene que ir, estaría cometiendo un error. Por ejemplo, si usted dice, I enjoyed to play, no, ¿verdad? O si usted dice, I enjoyed to work, tampoco, ¿verdad? Entonces lo mejor es que usted tenga claro cuáles son esos verbos que van a ir con infinitivos y cuáles son esos verbos que van a ir con gerundio. Y así va a poder hacerlo de una manera más fácil.
Teacher,
Yes.
I remember that you said about the list. You say that you going to share with us the list.
The list. Didn't I send the list? Well, there was one list in the exercises that you had to complete. You had the list of verbs followed by infinitive, by gerunds, and prepositions. If I don't make a mistake.
These verbs are all of the list.
No, there is another list. I will send it to you right now to the group so that you can watch it. Just give me a second. I will send it to you in a minute. So in that list, as you know, you have to memorize what is followed by infinitive and what is followed by gerund. So I'm sending it to you right now. Let me know if you received it.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so there you have the list and there you have some examples too. Now, any questions about what we have been checking today, guys? No questions? All right. Now, I have a big question. How do you know the pronunciation? Because yesterday we were checking the pronunciation for regular verbs. So we were saying that the ed is pronounced like t, like d, or like ir. Now I ask you, let's see, Carla, how do you know, or what are the rules for the pronunciation for irregular verbs?
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, let's see another person, Brian.
Yes.
Same thing. How do you know the pronunciation for irregular verbs? Because for regular verbs, the ed, we said yesterday that you pronounce it like t, like d, or like ir. But for irregular verbs, how do you know how you're going to write it? How do you know how you're going to pronounce it?
No, I don't know how to pronounce it, but to know how to write it, you need to memorize the irregular verbs.
Okay, okay. What about pronunciation? Luis?
I guess that you know uh, the verbs in past and uh, the different words.
Yes.
We need to memorize and say in I don't know.
Yes, you're right. Totally right. There is not a rule for pronunciation for irregular verbs. There is not a rule for pronunciation. There is not a rule to write the simple past for irregular verbs. For regular, yes, we have rules for writing and for pronouncing those verbs. But for irregular verbs, no rules. So you have to memorize those verbs. Now, there are some verbs that are similar in structure and similar in pronunciation. For example, in the present, you say sing, sing. In the past, you say sang. They have similar writing. The only difference is the letter A in the past. Yes, sing, sang. Now let's see another example. Ring is the present. What do you think is the past?
Rang.
Rang. Exactly. So ring, rang. Rang is the past. So ring, if you check the structure, is similar to sing. So sing, sang, ring, rang. Okay, no problem. They are similar. So you can know the pronunciation.
Teacher,
But
what does ring mean?
ring means sonar, o también puede ser llamar a alguien. Ring.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, but they are irregular verbs. So this is not a rule. Ellos son verbos irregulares, entonces no es como una regla. Ah, si dice ing, entonces en el pasado va a ser ang. For example, bring. The past of bring?
Brought, no.
Brought. Brought, brought. So that is the pronunciation. And if you check the word, the word is with ing. Ring. In the past, rang. Okay. Sing, ing. Sang in the past. Perfect. But in the case of bring, ing. Yes. In the past, brand, brought. Why? Because they are irregular. So we don't have rules. We can have similarities, yes, and you can associate one verb with another verb in order to memorize them, but there is not a clear rule on that. Or, for example, well, Brian is asking the difference between ran and rang. They sound similar. Probably the only difference is at the end that you have like ring, rang, rang, rang. The last sound that you have after the end is the only difference. But in the present, run, run, ran in the past, ran. The last sound is the end. And with ring, the last sound is the G. In the past, rang is the G. Yes, ring, rang, ring, rang. Just the G, the last sound. Good. So another example is going to be, for example, give. The past is gave. Give, gave. And in this verb, I really, really need that you pronounce it correctly. Necesito que lo pronuncien bien. Si miran una V, pronuncien la V. Gave, porque muchos dicen gay. Gay, y gay tiene otro significado, ustedes ya lo saben, entonces no va a encajar ahí, ¿verdad? En lo que van a estar diciendo. Entonces, gave, gave, gave. Pronuncien la V correctamente. Entonces, give, gave. Vale, ahora les voy a poner otro verbo. Forgive, forgive, please forgive me, please forgive me. I'm not going to do it again. Forgive me. Yes? So, in the past, what is it?
Forgave.
Exactly. Forgave, because it has similar structure. Give, gave, forgive, forgave. Yes? So you can associate those verbs and you go reducing the amount of verbs that you have to memorize in the past.
I
Yes?
have a question.
Yes?
¿Cómo dice, hey chicos? Hey guys, hey guys, ¿cómo es esa? Siempre
Guys.
confundo. Guys. Okay.
Yes, but in that case, the word is different. Oops, I typed the previous verbs only for Brian because Brian sent the message. Sorry, I will show it to you again. That was the previous example. Give, gave in the past. Forgive in the present, forgave in the past. What Luis is asking is this word, guys. Guys is chicos or chicas in general, guys. Yes, guys. And the other one is gay. So gay is different because it is with different spelling. It's like this one. And in plural with the S. So that's the difference. So right now we are going to watch a video. On this video, you're going to see the differences in regular and irregular verbs. So I'm going to play it right now. So you're going to see it on the screen. There you go. So this is just to know the difference between regular and irregular verbs in the past.
In this video, we're going to talk about the simple past tense.
Extra English practice.
The simple past is the tense we use to talk about things that happened in the past. There are things that are finished, so they started and they ended in the past.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Past. To form the simple past, you just take the subject and then add ed onto a regular verb. So I could say, I ask many questions in general, usually, but yesterday I asked only a couple. So I ask, ed, asked. That's the simple past.
There are some spelling rules to follow when you're making the simple past with a regular verb. The first one is normally we add ed, but if it's a verb that ends with e, like love, then you just add a d. I loved that movie we saw last week.
Me too.
Another example is phone. This morning I phoned my mom to make some plans.
If the verb ends in a y, then we have a couple of options. If it's a vowel and a y at the end, we just add ed. So for example, play, played. I played a game of Scrabble yesterday.
Oh, I love Scrabble.
Me too. If the verb ends in a consonant and y, like try, we delete that y, we get rid of it, change it to an I, and then add ed. So I tried my best, but I didn't win.
She cried when she didn't win.
Another one. Good choice.
Yeah. In verbs that end in a vowel and then a consonant, like stop, which ends in op, we double the consonant. So stopped, stopped. This isn't always the case, but if you have a shorter word or a syllable that is emphasized, then this happens. If that syllable with the vowel and the consonant is not emphasized, then you don't need to do this. So for example, in a word like prefer, which is a two-syllable word with the stress on the second syllable, then we would double it.
Yep.
Preferred, 2 R's. But in a word like travel, which has the emphasis on the first syllable and the second syllable is weak.
Except in British English, because in British English you have travel with double L. So that is one exception. Travel, what she's saying right now is you double the consonant when we have consonant, vowel, consonant, yes? And she's saying that in this case, prefer has the stress or the intonation in the second syllable. So you double the consonant, but in the case of travel, you have consonant, vowel, consonant, but you're not going to double the consonant. But this is only in American English. You don't write the double L, because in British English, you write travel with double L. So this is only to clarify that part. In case you see travel with double L, it is because in British English, it is with double L. They double the consonant. In American English, they don't double the consonant.
Then we don't double it. At least not in Canadian or American English.
Can I make a sentence?
Yeah.
I preferred... No.
You were going to try to put them together, weren't you?
I was. Can you put them together?
I preferred to go to Paris, but my mom disagreed, so we traveled to Rome.
Nicely done. We're just going to give you now a bunch of verbs which are common and are regular when you use them in the past. So one could be remembered.
And looked.
Asked.
Wanted.
Used.
Worked.
Tried.
Called.
Slipped.
Fixed.
Liked.
Needed.
Unfortunately, many of the most common verbs in English are irregular verbs. So these verbs don't take ed on the end when we use them in the simple past. So verbs like be, we don't say I beed happy. Or go, we don't say I goed to the store.
No.
These verbs have their own special endings, special forms, and you have to learn them.
Yeah, sorry.
Many of them are common, so you will have heard them. So before we tell you, why don't you go through this list of verbs and see how many you know the irregular past for already.
Good luck.
Okay, so since I told you to download the application and practice with that application, let's see if you remember what the past of these verbs are. So first one, the verb be, lose. The verb be in the past?
Was or were.
Exactly, was or were. Was for I, he, she, it. Were for we, you, and they. Natalie, have in the past?
Have.
Had, yes, had with D. Good. Elizabeth, do is in the present. In the past?
Did.
Good. Walter, Say is the present. In the past,
Said.
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 Said. Good. So the past is said. Next one. Brian, make is the present. The past?
Past is made.
Made. Made. Good. Entonces a partir de ahora ya no tienen que decir Made in China cuando leen el rótulo, ¿verdad? De hecho en China. Made in China, ya no tienen que decir Made in, ahora van a decir Made in China. Okay. Next one. Hector, go. The past?
Went.
Good. Went, went. Next one. Michelle, no. The past?
Never.
Good. So this one has two pronunciations. It can be new or it can be new. New or new. The two pronunciations are correct. New or new. New or new. The two pronunciations. Letty, next one. Take. Letty. Next one. Raúl. Take.
Took.
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 Good. Take in the present. Took is the past. Carla. See in the past.
So,
So. Exactly. So. So is S-A-W. So. Y también tiene otro significado. Cuando tienen so, también significa sierra, ¿verdad? Por eso la película en inglés se llama So. En español le pusieron juegos macabros, pero en inglés se llama So y es por la sierrita que ocupa. Entonces, so. So, the same pronunciation is for the verb see in the past, so. Next one, Candy, come in the past. Candy,
came.
perfect. Came is the past. Next one, let's see, Jaime, think. Think is the present, the past.
Thought.
Thought, thought, thought. Good. Rodrigo, give is the present, the past.
Gave.
Good. Gave. Next one, Rene, find is the present, the past.
Found.
Found, found.
Found.
Good. Next one, Osvaldo, tell is the present. What is the past?
Told.
Told. Good. Hazael, feel is the present. What is the past?
Found.
Felt.
Felt.
Felt is the past. Felt. Next one. Let's see. Letty. Leave is the present. What is the past?
Live.
No, it's irregular.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's see, Raúl. What is the past?
Left.
Left. Similar to left. La misma escritura de izquierda, ¿verdad? Entonces, right, left. So, leave. Leave en este caso no es vivir, ¿verdad? Vivir es regular. Este es partir o irse.
Abandonar.
Abandonar, leave. Yes, in the past, left. Next one, Luis, understand.
Understood.
Understood, good. Next one, Hector, buy.
But.
Bought, bought, bought. In that case, bought is with T at the end. Yes, so bought. And the last one, Michelle, run. In the past,
Run.
ran. Good. So let's continue watching the video.
Have, had.
Do, did.
Say, said.
Get, got.
Make, made.
Go, went.
Know, knew.
Take, took.
See, saw.
Come, came.
Think, thought.
Give, gave.
Find, found.
Tell, told.
Feel, felt.
Leave, left.
Understand, understood.
Buy, bought.
Run, ran.
So we know it's hard to remember all these forms, but you should know that most grammar books would have a list in the back of the 3 forms of a verb. Or if you Google verb forms, English verb forms online, you would easily find many lists to help you.
And as we said, these are common verbs, so you'll hear them a lot, and it'll help you remember.
Yeah, I'm sure you know lots of them already.
All right, we're going to do a little activity now. In this activity, we are each going to give you a list of 10 things that we did in the past. Something that happened in our lives.
Yeah.
And then the other one, and you can play along, are going to kind of order them, see if we can figure out which things came first. So basically, we're putting our timelines in order. Misha, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. So these are 10 things I did in my life. I broke my arm. I moved to Montreal. I made my first trip abroad with my brother. I lived in Laos. I graduated university. I studied to be an English teacher. I got my driver's license. I lived on a goat farm. I visited Rwanda and Burundi. I flew on an airplane for the first time.
Okay, so here we are going to try to put those activities in the right order. What happened first, what happened later, next, and final. Yes? So we are going to try to guess. Guess is adivinar. Yes? So we're going to start with Michelle. What happened first?
Maybe I I started to be an English teacher.
Okay, the first activity is I started to be an English teacher. Okay, who has a different idea? Who has a different idea, guys?
Maybe I live on a goat farm.
Maybe.
Or
I
maybe
live
she
on a
lived
goat
in
farm.
Laos.
Or she lived in Laos. Maybe. Good. So what do you consider could be after that she lived in Laos or after that she lived on a goat farm?
No, I flew on an airplane. Is
For you,
before.
I flew on an airplane for the first time is the first activity.
Yeah, because I live in Laos. Is then to fly, to take a fly. I guess.
Maybe, but it could be visited. I visited Rwanda.
Yes.
Maybe she studied to be an English teacher or she got her driver's license.
Good.
Or graduate university.
Graduated university because the got the driver license is after
Are you
18
sure?
years old.
No.
18 years old.
Perfect. So when you
First,
get the driver's license, as you're saying, you can be 18 years old, but to graduate from university, how old do you have to be?
Okay,
21.
you are right.
Maybe 20. It depends on
Yeah.
the career. It depends on the career,
yeah,
23 or
but
23 or
more than 20,
22.
more than 23 probably, more than 23. So it's just like that. So obviously, this is not our life. Yes, this is not our life. It is her life. So we are going to see what the real story was about her because of the time.
Okay, now our job is to figure out what Misha did first, second, third, all the way to the end. So I'm going to say that the first thing of this list that you did was live on a goat farm. You lived on a goat farm first.
You're right. When I was really little, like a baby until maybe 2 years old, I lived on a goat farm. Good one.
And I'm going to say that the very last thing you did was that you lived in Laos.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay,
That's
so
the most recent.
first and
Okay, so I live in now was the last one.
last I got. Now in between, I'm not sure.
It's a good start though.
I'm going to say second you got your driver's license.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, what was second?
Second, I broke my arm.
Oh.
When I was really little, like 4 years old.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I just fell off. I was trying to get my toothbrush from the sink. And I climbed on the sink and I fell off and I broke my arm.
That was before you got your driver's license, certainly.
Little kid driver.
So driver's license is third?
Driver's license. No.
Oh, okay, let me see.
It's hard.
Let me see. You flew on an airplane for the first time.
Yes, that's right. I did that when I was about 8.
Where'd you go?
I went to Edmonton, which is quite a ways away in Canada. Canada's pretty big, so it was a 5-hour flight for my uncle's wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, so after you flew on an airplane, then you got your driver's license.
You got it.
Okay. After that, I would say you graduated university.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
no, sorry. No.
Did you go to India first?
No.
No?
You missed one there.
You moved to Montreal.
I moved to Montreal.
You moved to Montreal. Then you graduated for university.
For university. That's why I moved.
Then you graduated university.
You got it.
Then you went on your first trip abroad. What was the verb? You made your first trip abroad.
Yeah.
To India.
That's right.
With your brother.
Exactly. Just after graduating.
Graduation present.
Yeah, fun way to celebrate.
And after that, you visited Rwanda and Burundi?
Yep, you got it.
Studied to be an English teacher.
That's it.
And lived in Laos.
Exactly.
Oh.
Good work. That was
you.
pretty quick. She did a good job.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so this is the way that they are describing like her life in that case, yes? So obviously you can do it on your own. You can create your life like that, yes? When I was a kid, I lived in, and then you mentioned the place, I went to school, I graduated from high school, I got my first job, I studied university, I graduated from university, I traveled to, and then you mentioned the places and like that. You can also do it. Yes? Now, just to finish, if you remember at the beginning of the class, we were having some topics. Those topics related to the company, related to common events, related to travels, related to likes, and like that, so that you're going to create a small talk. How are you going to do it? You're going to work in pairs. You're going to work in pairs. Well, one of you is going to be in group of 3. But you're going to work with your partner and you're going to start a conversation. Yes? How are you going to do it? Easy and simple. Like if you are knowing that person or getting information from that person, and probably it is the first time that you meet that person. Yes? So you're just trying to get or to know information about that person. So let's say that I'm working with Michela. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. My name is Michelle.
Nice to meet you, Michelle.
Nice to meet you too.
My name
What
is
is your name?
my name is Juan.
Okay.
Where do you work, Michelle?
I worked at Tigo. And you?
Good. I work at Speak. What do you
Okay.
do at Tigo, Michelle?
Excuse me?
What do you do at Tigo?
I am IT tester controls.
Good.
Yes. And are you a teacher in Speak?
Yes, I am. I've been working there for a couple of years. Good.
Ah, really?
Now, yes. Michelle, when was the last time that you had a meeting?
Yeah. Yesterday I had a meeting with my boss
Good.
in the other countries. Yeah.
So, how was the meeting? How was the meeting?
¿Cuánto tiempo duró?
No, how
How?
was? ¿Cómo estuvo? How was the
Ah, interesting. I talk the many topics for the internal controls in IT.
Okay, so you can say it was interesting. I talked about many and like that, and then you continue talking. Yes, so this is the way that you start like small talk. Yes, so you're going to work in pairs, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes because it is small talk, not a long conversation. So it is a small talk. You need to check your screen because I will be telling you 1 minute. When I say 1 minute, you need to start closing the conversation because after that minute, you're going to go to another group and you're going to interact with another person. And then after those 5 minutes, you will go with another person. So what are you going to use? At the beginning, you try to get personal information. That personal information is in the present. Yes. And then you ask about a situation in the past. For example, did you get a Christmas bonus last year? Did you get a Christmas bonus last year? Well, Letty, why not, Letty? You have to leave. Oh, today, Letty? I guess she has to leave. Oh, okay, I understand. I understand. No problem. So you're going to start asking that person all the questions, first in the present, personal information, and then about a situation in the past, about a meeting that was in the past, about a training in the past, about a good experience in the past, about a bad experience in the past, a promotion in the past. Promotion is ascenso. Yes, responsibilities that you have in the past in a project and like that. Yes, so we are going to start doing that right now. 4 8, we are going to miss one person, but you're going to be in groups of 3. The thing was that that Letty had a problem, so that's why she had to leave. So this is going to be random. You're going to work with the people that you have in front of you. So 5 minutes, after those 5 minutes, you're going to see the screen that it says 1 minute. So you start closing the conversation and then you're going to go to another group. You don't have to touch anything. You don't have to touch anything. This is automatically. So don't touch anything. You will go to the the other session automatically. Now we are going to enter right now. Enter, guys.
I am working material science 6 years and working on security issues. And I am in charge of to advise how to secure the systems and approving access to the users. Osvaldo, what 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 is your position at Tigo?
I work in B2B, in business to business. I am in charge of make plans in internet plans and connectivity solutions for
business,
for enterprise, for business.
Nice. Let me see. Did you go to the office last week?
No, I didn't. The last time I went to the office was in 17 March.
March.
I remember the date.
Yes, me too.
What about you, Raul? Since did you go to the office? Did you go to the office in the pandemic?
Yes, I went to the office
for something special, for example.
To how this
a week.
By this week, yes.
Okay.
By this week.
What about you, Rene?
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
Yes.
And how was the meeting?
And 1 hour and but I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It was interesting.
It was interesting. Sorry.
What about you, Ryan?
All my meeting was interesting.
But no. we worked at La Cima, all
yes,
Rafael and you and me 3 or 4 years ago. No, 3 years ago, no?
No, more time because I was a pasante, no sé cómo se dice. Maybe 6 years ago. 6 years only. And I gone of Tigo and worked in the Carvajal for 6 months and later returned to Tigo.
Okay. Did you, Hazael, work at La Cima or always on campus?
In the campus Tigo. Floor 5. I had 30 years in Tigo.
How many?
I had 30 years in Tigo.
30 or 13?
13.
13.
13.
13.
Yes.
Many years.
¿Cómo no lo entiendo?
Many years.
Muchos años.
He said
Yes.
many years. Yes,
Yes.
there are many years.
Oh.
There, it's a little, a small life for you.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Tigo is your first or work, or you work at did you work before
in other
in another
companies.
Company?
It's my first job.
Okay. I ask for many people in Tigo that because Tigo is the first job of many people. I don't know what, but many people is the first or the second, but the many people start to the professional life in Tigo. I guess.
Tigo is a good company. It is comfortable.
Yeah, but the different or the another company is Tigo offer to the students or to the personnel without experience, and many companies only took or get only the personnel with a lot of experience.
Yes.
It's different, Tigo, for that.
Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Luis. And you?
Oh,
What is
thank
your
you.
name?
My name is Brian Villalta. Tell me about you,
Okay.
Luis.
Well, I am Luis Liotti. I
Tell us, what do you do in your job?
I don't know. Tell me about you.
No, Hazael, what do you do?
What?
What do you do at work?
Yo?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do at work?
I am in the area de fixed asset. ¿Cómo se dice doy?
I give.
I give the service Paraguay, Bolivia, Costa Rica.
Okay.
I charge of.
I'm in charge of.
The five people in my team.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know.
Good. Continue.
did you travel? Did you work? No. How many years are you working in Tigo?
I started work in the 2012.
So I have to attend class, make homeworks, labs, and that stuff, and all the things that I have to do in the house and my job. So
there is a lot of things to do in home.
Yes.
In the house. Cleaning the house take a lot of time.
Yes.
Natalie, did you Do you have a kids?
I haven't.
I don't have.
You, Osvaldo?
Yes, I have two kids, a boy and a girl. Luz, one question. When was the last time do you go to the park?
That you went.
When?
That you
What?
went. When was the last time that you went?
Okay.
Así se dice, teacher.
Yes. When was the last time that you went? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que tú fuiste? When was?
Yes, when was?
Yes. When was?
But if I am saying when was, the out verb is no. The past form is in was. When was the last time? When I
can hear you.
I can hear you, teacher.
Oh, I'm typing right now. I will send it to you.
Okay.
For example, I can ask you, when was the last time that you went to the beach, or the last time you went to the beach? When was the last time that you went to the beach, or when was the last time you went to the beach?
I was understand you. Went was.
No went. I said when.
When?
When was the last time you went to the beach?
Okay.
Sorry, teacher. En español, yo había entendido que si utilizo was, el verbo iba en su forma básica, que sería go. Así había entendido yo.
Eso es cuando usted tiene dos verbos a la par, ¿verdad? ¿Sí?
Okay.
Aquí hay dos oraciones en la misma pregunta. Entonces la primera es ¿cuándo fue la primera vez? Y la última, cuando tú fuiste a la playa.
Ok.
Entonces,
Si el verbo fuera en la primera frase o oración, sí iría en su forma base.
si hay dos verbos juntos, el primero tiene que ir en el pasado y el segundo tendría que ir en infinitivo
o en
gerundio.
Okay, I got it.
Good.
Okay, so when was the last time that you went to the park, Luz, with your child?
Maybe 2 weeks ago. I went.
When?
I went to the park with my son.
Good.
Okay.
And you, Osvaldo or Natalie?
I went to the park maybe on February.
With your...
Where do you study?
At UDB, Don Bosco University.
Oh, okay, good, excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a lot of time.
Yeah, because it's difficult to study and work at the same time.
Yes, and in quality assurance, Jaime, you are related to quality assurance of mobile networks too, about 2G, 3G?
Yeah. In the some activities, but I have a more activities to do. For example, solving the failures products, a network, failure networks. What else? Increase the use for Tigo Money products, for example. And some analysis about these both areas, B2B and Tigo Money.
And do you have a SLA and to failure?
SLA. Yeah, I have it. I worked with other areas. For example, factory and the warehouse, customer.
Hello.
Operation.
Hello. We have
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome.
We had a bigger room. Hi, Luis. Hi, Rodrigo.
Hi. There are
Hi,
many people
Luis.
there.
Yeah.
There are many people here.
And
Party
René
English.
and me is the same. All with different classmates.
Okay.
How are you?
Fine. I'm very glad to have this course or this class. I'm very happy with that.
With the exercise of studying.
No, studying all of the course. I'm very glad with that. I guess I hope less. I hope I hope menos importante.
I expected.
Esperabas menos.
Yeah.
You were expecting.
But I'm very glad with the teacher and the class.
Not just because he's here.
Yeah. When
Luis,
when she go.
N.
No. It's really.
All right. Good.
Great.
Okay. Great, Luis.
Okay, keep talking, guys.
Okay.
I am updating Bolivia and Paraguay in a project related to implement a tool to monitoring systems. The system send logs to management console in order to detect hackers or malicious activities in the systems. I am auditing how they are implementing this project. So it's so busy because the meetings every day with they and how do you say consumir, teacher?
Consume.
Consume?
Yes.
Time. A lot of my time. Brian, how about your week? This week?
This week it's going very busy. I will close this week with 20 meetings in my schedule. Yeah, it was a lot of meetings, I know. And the hard thing is in every meeting I get in, I got new tasks. And I had I had a big time to meetings and a little bit time to do this stuff, to do the task. And so the week is not enough for me. I need a lot 3 or 2 days more per week to to reach all the tasks. But I think it's a normal situation in the last 3 months of the year, because the last trimester always will be some kind of a normal quantity of work.
Are you in charge of the training to contact center executive or stores?
Both of them. Yeah, we are in.
And I review all the control socks, but I review program chains, computer operations, and all the environment of IT, but all the operations, Tanzania, Luxembourg, Miami, Paraguay, El Salvador, all the operations.
Do you
Yes.
have a lot of meetings every day?
Yes, all the day. I joined the meetings all the days, and I need more time because the review and the document I review at night, because the day no me alcanza. How do you say no me
It's
alcanza?
not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough. Suficiente. It's not enough for me. Yes, it's because it's new area. We don't have a big team, because only we are three persons for the all operations. Yeah.
For the
How
company.
Yes.
How many persons in your area?
El Salvador.
Okay.
And this implementation exports for Bolivia and part of Paraguay and part of Honduras. Not all for the system, but we
Carvajal only for 7 months, and later returned to Tigo, and since this moment, I work in Tigo for 4 years, and I was procurement analyst, and this changed in this moment. Returner to Tigo.
No, it's I returned, because you only say
Okay.
return, and it is I returned.
Okay, okay.
Good. Interesting.
And
And
what
you,
about
Osvaldo?
I entered in Tigo in 2008. I am in Tigo for 12 years. Is it
How
correct to
many
say
years?
I am in Tigo for 12?
I have been.
Okay.
I have been at Tigo for 12 years.
Okay. There is a lot of time. Some things I don't remember. I was in quality area and OEM operation and maintenance too.
Maintenance
operation
With
and
Fernando
maintenance.
Castillo.
What?
With Fernando Castillo, no.
No, I entered in Newcom, and Fernando Castillo were in Telemóvil.
Okay.
So in 2009 or 10, mix the areas. So Fernando were in different area than me. In 2011, I changed to quality. And 2017, I changed to B2B. Did oh, I have to come back.
All right, guys. So I heard most of you telling your partners about your story, working at Tigo, that you studied in a place or in a position, and then you moved to another position, that you did this, and this. So it's interesting. I heard some of you that you have been working at Tigo for about 13 years, some of you 12, some of you 10, some of you 5, some of you are new. So but I know that you are progressing every single day and that is something positive. Good. Now, just to finish, number one, for those who haven't completed the photo evaluado, remember that you have to complete it. Also, you need to complete today the homework number 1 and homework number 2 in week number 2. So I will tell you this in Spanish to make it clear. Tienen que completar el foro evaluado de la semana 2. Hay algunos que no lo han completado. Si no me equivoco, hay 2 personas que no lo han completado. Entonces tienen que completarlo, foro evaluado, semana 2. Y también tienen que completar los entrega de ejercicios. Entrega de ejercicios lo tienen que completar también. Entonces eso es tarea 1 y tarea 2 en entrega de ejercicios. Eso les va a servir para el examen que tienen mañana, ¿sí? Entonces, complétenlo ahora para que mañana estén listos. Y
Teacher,
de igual
una
manera tienen que entregar,
consulta.
¿sí?
Es que no escuché lo de los exámenes. No sé si lo puedo repetir.
Vaya,
Por favor.
el examen sería mañana y el examen es escrito. Tiene listening, que significa que trae un audio, trae gramática, trae lectura. Entonces ustedes tienen que estar listos con la unidad número 1 y la unidad número 2. Entonces eso, los temas de la unidad número 1 y los temas de la unidad número 2 son los que vienen. ¿Cuáles son esos temas? Gerunds and infinitives. Simple past, sobre todo viene más el simple past. Simple past. La pronunciación de la ed en el pasado. Les va a aparecer el verbo y ustedes tienen que poner la pronunciación. Si es con T, si es con D o si es con I. Entonces, estudien sobre todo el simple past y gerunds and infinitives. Esos 2 temas son los que más vienen, ¿verdad? ¿Sí? So, that is tomorrow.
Gracias.
And traten de estar a la hora porque el examen tiene tiempo también, ¿verdad? Entonces, primero empezamos con práctica y luego al examen. Entonces, para que puedan completarlo. So, Isaac Aguillón. Oh, él está con permiso. Hazael Alfaro.
Present.
Rodrigo Alfaro.
Present.
Carlos Asensio. Carlos Asensio. No. Osvaldo Cáceres.
Present.
Elizabeth Castro.
Present.
Present.
Jordi. Is not here today. Natalie.
Present.
René.
Present.
Luz.
Present.
Luis.
Present.
Jose is not here. Letty. She was in class. Jocelyn didn't come today. I don't know what happened to her. Raúl.
Present.
Jaime.
Present.
Carla. Well, Carla is there. Héctor.
Present.
Walter. Walter is there. Michelle?
Present.
Candy?
Present.
Brian?
Yeah, present.
Good. Okay, so that's all for now, guys. We are going to continue tomorrow, study for your exam. I see you all tomorrow and
Thank
have
you.
a good day. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good day.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.